It was a big day for the 708 students who graduated with masters, bachelors and diplomas, 200 of them degrees in teaching. A day of realization also for parents and relatives. They turned out in hundreds at the campus of UOG. The day of high anticipation, however, stretched out, testing the patience of organizers and students as the guest of honor kept them waiting. Acting Higher Education Minister Don Polye eventually arrived from Port Moresby a couple of hours late at almost midday with Eastern Highlands Governor Julie Soso. The Manus dancers sounded the guest arrival. On stage, no apology, but Mr. Polye began with integrity. Why he was now the acting Minister for Higher Education.
My colleague Minister for Higher Education, the Honourable David Arore, is going to address some challenges that he's facing. So we accept that he's voluntarily stepping aside, so I am relieving of his duties, and once he's cleared, I'll give back the duties.
The rest of Minister Polye's message was in keeping with the government's plans on education. It will be the driving force under Vision 2050. The drawback, Mr. Polye acknowledged, is the lack of qualified people to correspond the rapid pace of development in the technical and intellectual fields. The government, he said, accepts blame for that in not properly funding state universities and colleges. That will now change.
And that's the challenge of the government that I like to address in the 2014, 15, 16, 17 budgets as and when you come to it. We'll prioritize these public universities and look at this, so how we reform holistically to giving that impetus to the universities to help the government coming up with this development agenda.
Higher education is now set to be included in the newly established Sovereign Wealth Fund by the government. UOG and the people of Eastern Highlands heard it first that the inclusion will be in a form of a special portfolio to establish the foundation for PNG's technical and intellectual sustainability for the next 100 years. John Eggins in Goroka, National MTV News.